Fine.
All right. That was a world exclusive of the new Take That song, which you will hear properly just after 9 o'clock this morning. Don't forget. So it's a busy day today. This is what we needed to do. We've got Tedious Link coming up, 9 o'clock. And then after that, we've got the new Take That song.
Yeah.
Car park catchphrase.
Yeah.
And then you get a couple of hours to do some work, or have a shower, or to do some study, whatever you got to do.
Whatever you do.
Then midday, you've got to tune in to BBC Radio Cumbria and listen to Gordon and Dominic Byrne together.
Yes, it's a double header.
Now, 1 o'clock, Greg James starts, so you will have a clash. Now, you might be fed up then with Dominic by 1, and you can flick over to Greg James, but you might want to stay with Dominic and then join Greg James at 2. That gets you all the way through to 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then Scott Mills is on.
Perfect.
And then it's time to go home or, get ready for the night, whatever you're doing.
What a great day.
What are we doing tonight, by the way?
No
I
plans.
don't know.
I fancy curry.
Do you?
Yeah.
We do have plans, but
Yeah,
it's
I'm
whether
not-
we want
Do
to
we?
opt in
I'm
or
not doing
out.
them.
Oh, yeah.
Which I can't say on air again
Yeah.
for, crowd.
Well, it's simple. I'm not going, so there you go. So I fancy curry. If you want to join us for our curry tonight, 81199 and start your message with the word curry. Tell us who you are and where you are. Preferably, you really should be in the Cumbria area. Otherwise, it'll be just a nightmare meeting up and times and stuff.
Cumbrian curry.
That's right. But if you fancy it, 81199, and if you're watching as well, maybe we could get a bus, pick up a few people from, Watford or something.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, let's do Dave's Tedious Link.
Dave's Tedious Link.
As you know, yesterday's link was, of course, Black Eyed Peas and Where Is the Love?
The Black Eyed Peas are a famous band from America who Greg James is going to be meeting this weekend, along with some very lucky big weekend VIP competition winners. Winners rhymes with dinners, which are what you have to prepare a lot of if you're a chef in a busy restaurant. A restaurant is somewhere that you might need to book a table if it gets very busy. Busy rhymes with dizzy, which is what you'd be if you've been spun around and around and around and around and around on a merry-go-round or a waltzer. A waltzer is what you might ride on at the fairground, along with a roller coaster or a Ferris wheel. Ferris Bueller is a famous film character from a classic 80s film starring Matthew Broderick, who's married to Sarah Jessica Parker from Sex and the City. City, as in Manchester City, were turned over at Goodison Park on Saturday when they were comprehensively outplayed in the second half by an Everton side that proved to all that even with all the billions in the bank, you can't buy passion and team spirit. Spirit in the Sky has been a hit for many people over the years. Most recently, I believe, Gareth Gates and the Kumars in a comic relief collaboration. Collaborate and listen to 2 bits of advice that you will often hear from Vanilla Rice. And Vanilla Rice has got black hair, like Gerard, the lead singer of My Chemical Romance, which links her to My Chemical Romance and their classic from yesteryear, I'm Not Okay.
Nice!
Thank you.
Dave's Tedious. Dave's Tedious. Dave's Tedious. Dave's Tedious. Dave's Tedious. Dave's Tedious.
Pips! Ta! My Chemical Romance on BBC Radio, and that was today's Tedious Link. I'm Not Okay, I promise. Nice to hear that. And amazingly, they are playing Radio 1's big weekend this weekend.
Who would have thought that?
I know.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah, they're going to be there. All right, that's not a big weekend jingle.
No.
BBC Radio Cumbria.
Switch that off. That was meant to be the big weekend jingle. It's 3 minutes past 9. We don't have a Greg James jingle to play, do we? We should have really made one. Shall I make one up?
Yeah, please.
Okay, let me have a little look. Okay, here we go. It's Greg James. Yes, it's Greg James. It's Greg James.
Hello.
It's Greg James. Yes, it's Greg James. He's got too much hair for his head.
Head.
It's Greg James. Yes, it's Greg James. Look, it's Greg James. Who's that? I'll tell you. It's Mr. Greg James. There you go.
Hi.
Moyles Show. Live from Carlisle all this week.
Live from Carlisle all this week, Greg.
BBC Radio 1.
How are you, Greg James?
I'm good. How are you all?
You look great first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
You don't mean that.
No.
At all.
Do you know what you look like? You look like your publicity picture.
Which we were saying yesterday needs redoing, I think.
Yeah.
Which one? There's
It's
many.
the one that they put it up right at the end of the live streaming yesterday. So I was in my room watching the show.
It's not complimentary, I don't think.
Awful, isn't it?
You know, I would actually say you're better looking in real life than that.
Oh, thanks, Dave. It's
Yeah, but you
awful.
do look quite ugly in the picture.
Yeah,
thanks
like
very
proper.
much.
Proper moose.
Proper mingo.
Proper
Moose
Ogo.
much. Moose. Whoosh.
It's not great, is it? It's like a catalogue pose. I've got my hand on my head. It's a bit weird.
you look like a div.
Anyway, forget that. What did you think of bingo?
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was great, wasn't it?
A few people left early, but Greg stayed all night
Well,
long. Lionel Richie.
leaving early was only because we had another appointment with Gordon Swindlehurst.
Absolutely.
You see, it wasn't like sloping off. We were working.
Is that his surname?
Gordon Swindlehurst.
That's a great name.
Isn't it?
But you stayed to the end as well, Chris. It was good.
Gordon Swindlehurst.
It was
I
good.
did indeed. I love bingo.
Yeah.
I really do. And I was convinced a few of us were going to win last night, and nobody won. Here's a picture of Greg playing bingo. Now, Greg went for the big mistake of licking the end of his dabber. I'll say that one more time. Licking the end of his dabber, i.e. the pen that you use to mark off your numbers. You don't need to do that.
You look like a total simpleton there, don't you?
But that
Eyes
was...
down looking.
I'll tell you what, if you go... Can you go back, Will, or not? I don't know if you can do that. But if you can go... I'll start again. Probably not. Oh, you're doing it. There you go. Now, if you look really, really closely, would you be able to see who's texting you on your phone, Greg?
Probably, yeah.
Have you got a text on there?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, there you are.
Can you look?
Kylie, call me. I'm in Cumbria on Friday. Okay, so if you want to see these pictures, put your television on now, put on the red button, and you'll be able to see them. This is us. Now, look at that. That picture could have been taken in any decade, couldn't it, really?
Well, it's an action shot, isn't it?
It was a wonderful place to play bingo, wasn't it?
Huge.
There's-
It held 600 people.
Greg on the left, you can just see his arm, then Matt Fincher and Sarah, and then Reese, and then in the front of the picture, Dominic and Dave. That's the back of my head, and Tina, Alan and Sam, and everybody. We proper got into the bingo last
It's like
night.
a checkered shirt convention on that photo.
Reese was getting chatted up by a 75-year-old.
I know. I'm chatting up. He went home with her. You know, just to help her up the steps. That's me playing bingo, taking it way too seriously. Now, if you look on the left, I obviously, between games, I want to make sure that my dobber, is properly working. So as you can see there, the little blue marks, I want to make sure that that's good. And does my hair look really neat at the back?
Yeah,
Very, very neat.
It's Phil, my hairdresser, does that.
Yeah.
I always say to him, make it neat round the back.
Yeah. And he always
Looks very
does.
neat, yeah.
There's a picture of Alad holding up his bingo card there with his dabber dobber. He looks very happy with himself.
Is it dabber or dobber?
I don't know.
Because I said dabber and then loads of people said, no, it's dobber.
Well, you get dabber, dobber and dibber, don't you?
They're in the live lounge this
Dibber?
week.
No?
Oh, don't put dibber in the mix.
By the way, that's Alan's five head. Oh, you just missed it. There's Comedy Dave. Now, he's moved from the cards to the electric machine, which marks the numbers automatically.
It's an
because Dave
iBingo
was
tablet.
stupid and couldn't actually find the numbers
No,
himself.
it's the
This was
future.
so good.
You old-fashioned people were doing it with your pens and papers. I was going all interactive and electronic.
It's incredible.
No, it's not incredible.
It is.
Look at Dave's face, though. Doesn't Dave's face just go, look, I'm playing bingo. It's hilarious. And that's it. They're the photos of last night.
You don't need any more.
It was quite a busy
haven't got
day
any
though
more.
yesterday.
Very busy.
I think one of my favourite radio moments outside the show, our show obviously, was you guys yesterday.
Thanks,
doing the
Alan.
lawnmower. I laughed so much. I was sat with Laura.
that was
and
fun.
It was,
It
so
was fun,
funny.
wasn't it?
Yeah, I very much enjoyed it.
Talk us through, as if you had a script in front of you, the lawnmower race.
Okay, you can actually have a look at the videos now. I think they're on the
You go,
website.
up to what?
You can have a look at the videos on the website,
Okay.
bbc.co.uk/radio1. And the photos are up on the red button and the website as well, look. So that's us on our lawnmowers primed and ready to go. The first heat was me versus Dave.
Tis true.
There's a whistle and the race begins.
And it's a great start there.
Oh, by the way,
Actually, no, that's not true. The first heat was me versus Dominic.
Oh, of course it was.
Dave versus Dom. What did you make of the commentary, Greg? Very briefly before we play the clip.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Mon Jotson, who's one of the finest BBC commentators they have, came up to Carlisle and he commentated. Here is Mon Jotson.
And it's a great start there by Comedy Dave, but Dominic seems to have really picked up the pace. It's virtually neck and neck, but it does look like that Comedy Dave Bitty is in the lead now. This is going to be very, very difficult. They're at the end, but they have to do the turn. Dave is going to turn to the left, Dominic's going to turn to the right, and they're both around. This is a battle of more lawnmowers, but it looks like it's pretty much neck and neck so far. It's going to be very tight. The Comedy Dave just could pip it. Dom's trying to go for the line to try and get him as well, but as they go for the line, and look, it's Comedy Dave Bitty who takes it, closely followed by Dominic Byrne in a very, very tight race, but saw some excellent driving and some beautiful turns.
What I did was, what Mon Jotson did is he peaks at as the winner goes over the line, and then has to come down really slowly. That's how you do good commentating.
I thought it was great.
It was great.
Really good.
So the winner of that race was Dave.
Yes.
Dominic gutted.
Just.
Yeah. And Greg congratulated Dave, who was very, very, very pleased with what had happened.
Dave Vitti, you won the first race there.
Oh, blimey, Greg, that was tight. It really, really was tight. I didn't know whether I was going to do it until right at the end, but I just pipped it. But Dom did incredibly well.
Let's speak to Dom now. Dom, how do you feel about that?
As Dave said, Greg, incredibly tight. Helmets off to Dave for that. I enjoyed myself, but well done, Dave. I think the right man won in the end.
Thank you very much. We're back with race 2 very shortly. Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome, Greg.
It was very slick. It was like a proper sports broadcast, wasn't it?
It was like we did this all the time. And bearing in mind, I was up in my room watching Greg and listening. I had a shower and a shave, and and I've got the telly on, the red button. I've got it on really loud. And I thought, you know what? I'll have a bit of a pampering session. I'll have a bit of a shave and a moisturise, and I'll just, sort myself out. Trim my eyebrows and whatnot and that kind of thing. And then I just hear Greg going, "Right, we're in the garden now." And I was meant to do the commentary, and I'm like, "Oh God!" So I got dressed, legged it downstairs, and it was brilliant. I sat in the little commentary area on the bench. And then the race happened. It was all very good. It was seamless.
Very slick. It was like the F1 coverage on telly.
I think so.
Oh yeah, I was like Jake Humphrey.
Yeah.
Oh no, you would like Jake Humphrey.
I was Jake and you were...
Eddie Jordan.
Yeah.
You could be Eddie Jordan or Schumacher.
Or Mark Blundell.
You were Blundell.
You were Blundell.
You're a Blundell.
You're a Blundell.
You're a Blundell. No, you're a Blundell.
You're a Blundell.
So the winner of race 1 was Comedy Dave. Race 2 was Greg James himself versus executive producer Reese. Let's go down to track side for commentary.
Bearing in mind, Reese has terrible road rage.
Yeah.
He has bad road rage.
Don't say what he said the other day.
He's also
we can do an edited bit of what he said.
Can you?
No.
Please.
He said, "Oh my God, this guy's not even doing 30."
I heard that executive producer Reese was annoyed when he was driving down the country lanes the other day because one of the locals wasn't driving at 95.
Yeah.
They were sticking to the speed limit, goddammit.
Pretty much it.
No, they were under driving.
Yeah.
Let's listen to the commentary of race 2, Greg versus Reese Hughes.
And an amazing start by Greg James there, almost pulling a wheelie. So if that's allowed, he's whipping his lawnmower as if it was a horse. It's not, of course. It's the lawnmower. One of them sit-down ones. And it's tight on the turn, really tight. Rethinking it very, very well. Greg going a little bit wide there as they come back to the final straight. Greg is really going for it now. This could be a photo finish. It's virtually neck and neck. Greg's got it, but Reese could take it. Let's find out. And it's Greg just over the line. It's a beautiful win there. Reese closely following second. Right here, very blustery day. Maybe Greg just had an extra bit of wind. I know Reese suffers from wind, but didn't help him today. Let's go back down to the track with Dominic Byrne.
Greg James, what an incredible race. How are you feeling?
What a race that was, Dominic. I mean, he was leading for the whole way through the first lap, and then we came back. The turn was strong from Reese. Came back to the finish line, and he blew it. He blew it, man.
I'm going to have a chat with Reese, who looks incredibly dejected. Reese, very, very close at the end, and then just at the end, you were rubbish.
I know, but I just let the turn win. I think you have to let the presenter win, otherwise they get a bit moody. So I took an executive decision to let him win.
Turn, by the way, is the massively insulting terminology. Turn, as in,
Star turn.
As in star turn. For what actually we, the DJs, prefer to call talent.
Or broadcasters.
Broadcasters.
Yeah.
And exec is short for executive producer / management scum. So, just to clarify that. So, it was the final. It was race number 3. It was Greg James versus Dave Vitti. The video is on the website, but if you can't wait, let's go trackside.
And it's a great start from both of our riders today. It does look like Comedy Dave Vitti has just got the lead on Greg, but weight, of course, could be an issue. Probably not today. They weigh roughly the same as they go up to the turn at the end. And they both take it fairly wide. Greg just clipping the cone there as they come into the final straight. It does look like Dave on Greg James. Greg James is to be embarrassing for him. He's trying to get to the line to make up. He's over the line now. There's a bit of cheating going on as Dave comes up to it, and Dave crosses the line as the winner of the lawnmower race. Greg James second with a little bit of cheating. Bad play there.